I need you to think about your dream. That big life dream.
The people who dream and those people who dream big have a different kind of life than the people who don't dream.
Dreams require sacrifices. Like, my city's expensive, move. My car payments are high, sell your car and take the bus. This is dreams we're talking about. We're talking about dreams.
Whether it's fear or anxiety, whatever it may be, I believe that every single person who's going out to chase their dreams has those voices in their head. I think it's part of the human experience.
Stop downgrading your dream to fit your reality and start upgrading your conviction to match your destiny.
Stay strong, have faith, keep pushing through. I've said this before, and I'm living proof of it, is that on the other side of your struggle is something good. On your other side of your struggle is something better. On the other side of your struggle is some sort of success.
Why would you waste 1 second doing something that wasn't progressing your dream?
Go after this thing called life. Don't look back and have regrets. Understand that you're at a place and a position right now when hard work and valuing people, nothing can stop you, I promise you.
So your dream will cause you to go insane, because what you want, it hunts you every single night. See, the big dogs, they won't give you the opportunity. You're gonna have to take it.
I need you to remember your destination.
You don't realize your dreams are so important because your DNA, who you are as a person, is wrapped up in your dreams.
No matter what happens, you will not quit, because quitting is not an option, because you have a why, you have a passion, you have a purpose.
I have a dream.
Your DNA is in your dreams.
Be the example for the crazy dreamers in this world.
You have got to make a declaration that this is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it.
I'll tell you something that every successful person has to do, including you. Believe it or not, every successful person in this world has jumped. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. You are going to have to jump. You cannot just exist in this life. You have got to try to live. If you are waking up thinking that there's got to be more to your life than it is, man, believe that it is. Believe in your heart of hearts that it is. But to get to that life, you're going to have to jump. Now, I'll tell you why I call it jumping. See, God, when He created all of us, He gave every last one of us a gift at birth. You just got to quit looking at gifts as running, jumping, singing, dancing. It's more than that. It's if you know how to network, if you can connect dots, if you draw, if you teach. Some of y'all fry chicken better than anybody else, bake pie. Some of you cut hair, color hair. You've got to identify that gift. Now listen to me. When you see people in life, when you're standing on the cliff of life and you see people soaring by, when you see people soaring, going to exotic places, you hear about them doing wonderful things. Maybe you look up the street and your neighbor just gets a car every year, every 2 years. You know, how is he doing that? Have you ever thought, maybe this person right here has identified their gift and is living in their gift? But the only way for you to soar is you got to jump. If you don't ever use it, you're gonna just go to work. And if you're getting up going to work on a job every day that you hate going to, that ain't living, man. You just existed. At one point in time, you ought to see what living's like. But the only way to see what living like, you gotta jump. And you can stand on that cliff of life forever safe. But if you don't jump, I got another promise I can make you. Your parachute will never open. You'll never know. You'll never know what God really has. If I were you, I would jump. Because that's the only way to get to that abundant life. You got to jump, man. You got to take a chance. At one point in time, man, do yourself a favor. Before you leave this world, before you die, jump. Just jump one time. Just jump. Thank you very much.
The Mamba mentality
simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day, you're trying to become better.
I feel like I'm the most fierce competitor there is. I don't think I'm ever going to find something to equal the game of basketball for me.
They talk about guys being competitors. He was the fiercest of all the competitors.
I know Jesus worked 7 days a week. On 6 days, he rested on Sunday, didn't he? Well, Michael Jordan played on Sunday.
An assassin personified that had that killer instinct.
I'm not sure people really know how good this guy is.
Michael Jordan at his best. There's very few people on this planet that can do this.
For me, Michael Jordan was a killer. It didn't matter. He wanted to come in and kill you.
What motivates me is the unknown. No one knows. They can all speculate, but no one really knows. And myself, I didn't know. But I didn't let that stop me. And I let that motivate me more so than anything. That as long as it's unknown, that means I have a chance. And that's the way I pursued my whole career.
No matter what the game is, or who you're playing against, you have to want the ball, the clock, the pressure. You block all that out. All you think about is what you have to do to win. That's why I love the end of the game, because it comes down to that one moment when it's all in my hand.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Flight 23.
And I made a promise to myself I was going to work that hard every single day. When I do retire, I have no regrets. If I could work that hard every day, what would my career be?
Lower Marion High School in Pennsylvania.
This kid right here, mark my words, is going to be unbelievable.
There you see Kobe Bryant in the foreground, the man many have dubbed the next Michael Jordan.
He wants it so bad and he's willing to go to the extreme at the age of 34 playing 38 minutes. That's ludicrous. He's cursed as much as I am.
He just want to get to the offensive and go one-on-one. I'm going to make his ass work now.
It was fun to be out there.
This man played with a broken finger and won a championship.
To Garnett, back to Kobe.
For the Los Angeles Lakers, a three-peat and a sweep.
Their fourth NBA championship.
The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions.
Falls down, and he is hurting. But the Lakers eat him at the free throw line.
We all have shit that we go through. We all have obstacles that were in our way at some point or another. We all had doubt. But we chose.
No matter what happens, the storm eventually ends. And when the storm does end, you want to make sure that you're ready. I've really learned to put one foot in front of the other, because eventually that storm passes.
Those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream.
I didn't know if I could do it. It was my daughter who kind of put things in perspective for me, Gianna. She's now 13, and she was like, well, you always tell us to go for it.
We're not on this stage just because of talent or ability. We're up here because of 4 a.m. We're up here because of 2-a-days or 5-a-days. We're up here because we had a dream and let nothing stand in our way. If anything tried to bring us down, we used it to make us stronger. We were never satisfied, never finished. We'll never be retired.
That's how you have to be if you want to be a winner. There's just no way around it.
Rest at the end, not in the middle. And I took that to heart. My next dream is to be honored one day for inspiring the next generation of athletes to have a dream, sacrifice for it, and never ever rest in the middle.
Uncommon amongst uncommon people.
A 60-point game. What an exit for number 24. You couldn't have written this.
And the Oscar goes to Dear Basketball.
What's the benefit of allowing fear to hold you back? What's the benefit of giving up on yourself, of not stepping out on life and taking life on? What is the benefit for you? What's the plus in that? You've got to ask yourself, how long am I going to allow this to hold me back?
And right now, you guys are sitting there. And to make that first step is the hardest step.
But I think if you can find that thing that really gives you joy, that'll be it.
Powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?
I don't know how much value I have in this universe, but I do know that I made a few people happier than they would have been without me. And as long as I know that, I'm as rich as I ever need to be.
One of the biggest issues of unhappiness in 2022 in America and beyond is the complete and utter lack of accountability. We are now in the finger-pointing generation. It's your fault, it's their fault, it's this institution's fault, it's this human being's fault. People think technology's changing us. I think it's exposing us.
This thing is your gateway to get out of the thing that you complain about.
But people would rather complain about how it is than put in the work. When you go into blame game, you are vulnerable. People would rather default into why they can't than putting in the actions that allow them to can.
I am remarkably stunned by the lack of accountability in our society.
Do you know how liberating it is when you realize everything's your fault? It gets real fucking good out here. Something I've been thinking a lot about is I'm asking people to be more accountable, but I have to be careful because a lot of people's version of intaking accountability is beating themselves up.
Just stop judging yourself. Everybody else is doing it for you already.
Everybody just wants to point fingers 24 fucking hours a day and tell you why everybody else is doing things wrong. The system, that person, this, just fucking firing fingers 24/7 without a thumb and a mirror ever.
Figure out what your fucking thing is and stop making fucking bullshit excuses.
I just want it so bad for you. I want it bad for you. Zero accountability. It has been completely eliminated.
We must put accountability on a pedestal. If you're like, well, Gary, fuck you. I grew up in a family that was very pessimistic and this is what it is. Well, then what do you want? Then go to therapy, right? Like, do something. Fight for it. Fight to be happy. Listen to positive shit. That's a funny game. Miraculous thing happens when you cut out your most pessimistic friend. You become more optimistic. News alert, you're deciding what life actually is. It is your subjective call.
To be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become. Most of you won't be successful because when you're studying and you get tired, you quit. I don't do well in math. You're right. You ain't never studied. I'm not good in writing because you have never written before.
Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft.
If you are not making someone else's life better, then you're wasting your time.
Don't cry to give up, cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain, you already hurt. Get a reward from it.
Now if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not point fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Because every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. So now you got to go out and show them that I'm a different creature. Now!
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
The
17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Now, what are you gonna do?
The time for just wishing is past. Time for doing, that's the time right now. Time for acting on your dream. It's time for you to look within yourself and decide that I'm in charge of my destiny. I'm in charge here.
But do you ever hear people say they are eager to live a better life? If they really desired change, they wouldn't spend their evenings just watching TV and wishing they were doing something more.
Because you have to judge a tree by the fruit it bears, not the fruit that it talks about.
I'll be happy when I just what? You've got to be a dreamer. You've got to see the future finished in advance. Happiness doesn't come from big pieces of great success, but from small advantages hammered out day by day.
They have faith for everybody else but themselves. They encourage everybody but themselves because they do not know that they have what it takes.
I want you to know, I don't care how far-fetched it might appear to be to your family members or your friends, or even to you.
What you're going through right now is a discovery moment.
What you will realize is that you're greater than your circumstances.
It is a discovery moment.
What you'll realize is that you're more powerful than you can ever begin to imagine.
The burdens you bear, these are discovery moments. Not moments where you discover how bad life is, but rather how strongly you have been created.
You have to know within yourself that I can do this. Even if no one else sees it for me, I must see it for myself.
Powerful people recognize potential in people. And people of potential know power when they see it.
The great ones fight through. Everyone has challenges and setbacks. That's a part of the journey. Can you please do you a favor and get out of your head?
You're still wishing and you're still hoping for it. You're still planning. Like you've been planning this for 5 years. Get out of your own head.
Because once you taste that success, I want you to keep eating. Once you get success on your lips, I want you to keep drinking. Once you understand the keys to success, it's not the end, it is only the beginning. Because you understand, once you get that breakthrough, you finally understand what you're capable of.
Purpose is bigger than the pain, and the promise is bigger than the process. And I know it's hard right now, and I know you feel like quitting, but you gotta understand there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Stop lying to yourself and telling yourself that you have time. See, the greatest lie that you have believed far too long is that you have time. You have time, that there is a tomorrow, that you can drag your feet and you can crawl. Sometimes you gotta run. You can't crawl towards some dreams. You can't walk towards some dreams. Some dreams you gotta run toward. You gotta run, baby. Run, run, run. Run after it. Run like there's no tomorrow. Run like you know you deserve it. Run like you know that there is nobody else that can attain it. Run after it. You gotta start now.
I'm too busy. That's a good one, but not good enough. Why are you busy and running from your purpose? Nobody will help me. Woe is me. Nobody will support me. Honestly, until you start for real, until you launch, there ain't nothing to support. People tired of hearing you talking about it. We can't help you. We can't support you until you get started. Start now. No time to wait. Stop talking about your imperfections. Start now. Ain't nobody perfect because you'll never be perfect. Start now. You got haters. With all your haters, I've been telling you since the 90s. If you don't have haters, your vision is too small.
You gotta dream big, start small, act now. Dream big, start small, act now. See, stop waiting for the temperature to change. Stop waiting for your feelings to be in check. Stop waiting for everything to line up. It's never gonna line up. It's never gonna be perfect. You just gotta jump. You just have to jump. You have to believe in yourself because you already know what defeat feels like. You already know what the pain feels like. You already know what uncertainty and doubt and insecurity feels like. You already know what failure feels like. Give yourself a chance. Let's start now.
This is your dream. I mean, this is your passion. For real, this is your goal, which means you gotta drive it, which means you gotta get in the driver's seat, which means you gotta grab the steering wheel and you gotta make it move, even if you gotta start this trip alone. You pick up your support along the way. You pick up your help along the way. But every great person, every great woman, every great man, they started their journey all alone and they picked up help, support, and momentum along the way. Nobody can help you do anything until you start. So you gotta start now.
You have to change your perspective, you have to change your expectation, and you gotta believe that this time, the light's gonna come on. This time, your parachute's gonna open. Anybody that's ever achieved any level of success will tell you they had to jump.
Because the great ones pushed through. They had the same thoughts you had. Don't you think you're the only one thinking these thoughts. They had the same thoughts you had, but they pushed through.
Steve Harvey said this years ago, if you want it, you gotta jump. You gotta make that move. And you can't wait to feel right. You can't wait to be comfortable. You can't always be calculated. Sometimes you're not gonna have all the answers.
You are not afraid to fail, my friend. What you are afraid of is success. Because all you had inside your head for so long is those negative thoughts. The whole time you've been talking yourself out of it, and everybody around you've been trying to talk you into it.
Give yourself an opportunity. Walk through the door. It's waiting for you. If you can't find a door, you gotta build a door. Stop waiting until the conditions are perfect to begin and make the conditions perfect. Stop waiting for resources and become resourceful. Stop it, stop it, stop it.
What are you waiting for? The perfect time? There is no perfect time. The perfect season? There is no perfect season.
Because you don't even have to be here. You don't even have to be alive. If you are listening to me right now, every breath that you breathe is mercy. And you better take advantage of that. It is a gift that did not have to be given to you. And so act now.
All you gotta do is believe. And all you gotta do, my friend, is to start. And I mean, start now.
Realize there are a lot of amazing people out there to be grateful for. That's what life is about.